Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and today in the private group we're going to talk about the 2025 bull case for XRP and what I and others think is about to happen. If you want to join, go to daixrp.com to join through the Patreon, or click the join button right below any of my YouTube videos. The market is giving you all the indicators you need to know what's coming, and what I've done personally is I have positioned myself at my new affiliate partner, Caleb and Brown, so that I am ready with the liquidity and the safety and the personal broker I can actually talk to about trading and whatnot, so that when it comes time for me to cash out, I'll be ready. If you too would like to be ready and be able to sleep better at night, go to xrpwealth589.com and it'll forward you to my page on Caleb and Brown, and then you can click sign up today. I did it. It's something worth looking at. Okay, easy. I wanted to show you again, all you builders and developers out there, XRP Las Vegas is not only the largest XRP conference in the world, it is now, this year, it becomes the largest XRP builder developer conference in the world. And they're giving away $25,000 in prizes. The EZA guys they're doing a Shark Tank, XRP Las Vegas Shark Tank. You can go to eza.io and you can register if you're a builder or developer. Closes in 20 days. And when you register, you're not only registering to go in, but I think there's opportunity for discount on XRP Las Vegas tickets. If you're not a builder developer, or if you are a builder developer and you just want to go get tickets, go to xrplasvegas.com. We are 20 days out. You better hurry up, because I don't know how long I know VIP is almost sold out. I don't know about the other. And Brad Combs was telling me how big this thing is going to be this year yesterday. And I was like, I told him, I said, I can't believe it. I mean, it's crazy. All right, the market's pulling back a little bit, but we're at 3.24 trillion, nothing significant. Bitcoin's at 103,000, a little over 103,000. XRP at 235. This is the chart to watch. You want a chart to watch? Watch Bitcoin dominance, because when Bitcoin dominance falls, altcoins think XRP. And it's coming, folks. This is a great reminder. I can't even show you this video enough times. This is Raoul Paul.
Here we are now. Can't be clearer to me. I've shown you the macro evidence, the technical evidence, the sentiment evidence. Everything here suggests to me that hold on to your hats. Don't fuck this up. Don't lose control of your tokens. Don't use leverage. Don't get your wallet hacked. Just sit with it. Be careful. Don't get FOMO. Do all of the right things, and we'll go up to the next phase of correction zone. That's going to be harder, because the next one that happens, we'll have a 35% drop, and you'll all say, is it over? And you'll definitely be sure it's over, and everybody on Twitter will tell you it's over, and it won't be over. By our work, we suggest that because of the elongation of the business cycle, because rates were higher for longer, the forward-looking liquidity suggests that, again, probabilistically speaking, without any guarantees, this whole thing goes into Q1, maybe Q2 of 2026, which would align with Trump's, trying to win the midterms as well. So everything's lined up for us. I think it started. So keep the faith, keep building stuff.
All right. I was sitting there texting with somebody. Look at this from 360 Trader. This is the first time we're in this stage of the cycle. It's backed by insane fundamentals for crypto in the US and around the globe. It is the last of the 4-year schematic, because this time legit cryptos will have Wall Street proliferation and saturation. BTC is already out of the 4-year shenanigans. Others will join it. Plus, folks, this is the era of utility. This time isn't just different, it's way different. I like this. I know Crypto BitLord likes to tweak things. But I hope he's right about this. This is a global pump now, $27 XRP by Christmas. If he's right, it's on like Donkey Kong, folks. And listen to this. This is, what's his name? Arthur Hayes, founder of BitMEX.
I can see Bitcoin going up 10x from here to $1 million by 2028. Especially if we get a change in sort of the Fed and they come back on side and they do quantitative easing, they start cutting rates. And, as you said, Powell's term ends in May 2026. Everyone believes that Kevin Warsh will be the next Fed governor, and he's gone on record basically saying the Fed is not independent. The Fed should do whatever the president and the politicians want, which means print the money, give more of it to the system to act as stimulus. And so I see an acceleration of money printing and fiscal debasement in May 26 onwards, and that's probably when we get the sort of crazy runs in Bitcoin and other sort of fixed supply assets.
Yes, sir, we do. And then now Meta is getting back in. Check this out.
Meta is now in talks with a number of crypto companies as it considers introducing stablecoins as a way to manage payouts. This is coming from a new report in Fortune magazine. It comes years after Meta's earlier attempt, you'll remember, at a cryptocurrency blew up. Fortune saying that Meta's recent outreach to crypto companies focuses on the ability of stablecoins to pay individuals in different regions without the high fees that would be traditionally associated with other forms of payment. It also says that Meta has now hired a new vice president of product with crypto experience to help move those discussions along. So you remember that whole adventure that they went on, that ultimately Libra, that didn't make it, but this may be the next incarnation.
You remember I got a lot of play when I said this is like the dumbest thing ever. It was centralized. Compared to Bitcoin, there was nothing Libra had to offer. I said it the day it was announced. And
these guys have
nothing coming up.
These guys have no fundamental understanding of what's coming with stable coins. Print a stable coin out of existence, buy the U.S. treasuries, prop up the U.S. dollar. Stable coins are far more important than Bitcoin. In fact, I think that, the more I've seen, I think they created Bitcoin, and the reason they keep pumping it, even though they know this is a technology that's way surpassed by these other things, I believe their plan is to pay off the U.S. debt with Bitcoin, and they would literally be able to pay off the U.S. debt with something they created out of thin air and pay it off. And I think stable coins are for the purpose of propping up the U.S. dollar, and I think the utility tokens, the XRPs of the world, specifically XRP, are for replacing the petrodollar. Florida pharma firm Wellgistics to use XRP for real-time payments and $50 million financial deal aiming to cut banking delays, FX costs, and boost supply chain efficiency. Steak and Shake is going to accept Bitcoin at all locations, but I reminded them, you do realize the food is going to be cold by the time the transaction goes through. XRP will only take seconds. The Bitcoin children are at it again, folks. This was a Bo Hines tweet. Democrats have a simple decision to make today: pro-innovation or anti-innovation. We have the opportunity to usher in the golden age of digital assets, secure America, position as crypto capital of the world. Choose wisely. This Bitcoin child says Bo Hines still missing the forest for the trees. Bitcoin, not crypto. And I told him the Bitcoin children need to tell that to the DTCC and their quadrillions of dollars in derivatives. They obviously didn't get the memo. No utility, no value. And this is that patent where the DTCC mentions using, I think, 9 blockchains to tokenize the derivatives. And here's another slow adult talking about stable coins. These people know nothing, and these politicians are even more clueless.
Crypto is essentially, it is a scam. It's probably exactly what you think it is.
All right, Corey, before we go further, don't assume that we know as much as you think we know about this issue. Why should I be investing in a CD rather than in a stable coin? But I got 4% interest on a CD?
You get none of those protections with a stablecoin. You get no interest. The stablecoin company gets all the interest.
At $1,000 a year from now, I've lost, it's worth $960 or something like that. Is that correct?
They absolutely could be worth way less than you bought them for.
So I've actually lost money. Is that a fair summary?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Sasha.
These people are such morons.
to jump in.
That's the reason you need stablecoins regulation. Once you have these regulations in place, there will be government requirements on reserves and audits and all of those things.
I mean, they're basically just little bits
just like there are for bank reserves of dollars and all that. It won't be any different. But that's why these people, these guys are with these think tanks, and they're being paid by the banks most likely to say all these lies.
Digital nothing that have no basis in the financial system. They're also a haven for criminal activity.
There's no end to the kind of crimes you can perform
Murder for hire.
in this ecosystem.
People are using crypto to kill other people.
Oh my
That's right.
Gosh.
You have to laugh.
Yeah. How about cash? Go pull up. Go to YouTube and type in Miami banks cash 1980s cocaine, and look what comes up. The banks down in Miami were literally, they had billions and billions of dollars in them from all the drug dealers, and they would bring in suitcases of cash, and all the bankers were corrupt and in on the deal, and they knew they were laundering cocaine money. Think there was anybody killed with that over that cash? Yeah, it was a slaughterhouse down there in the 80s. JP Morgan has, this is from Smoke, JP Morgan's acknowledged Ripple as a serious disruptor. Look, JP Morgan documentation right here. They got Ripple, emerging customizable cloud-based global payment networks. Customized payment networks will start to emerge to address specific payment needs from JP Morgan. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then they buy XRP. Ripple settlement is in. Look at this, what Smoke found from the settlement. Potential settlement aligned with the Genius. What a coincidence. Potential settlement aligned with the Genius Act stablecoin framework could accelerate XRP's reintegration into the U.S. financial markets, potentially supporting its price, that's one way of saying it, booming its price, and attracting institutional investors. And then we have this: if XRP breaks through 226 resistance, it could trigger a bullish breakout to 260. It did break through that resistance. Ripple's Hidden Road, a $1.25 billion acquired asset broker to open Abu Dhabi, am I saying that right, office per CoinDesk. The company aims to provide clearing and prime brokerage services to institutional investors in the UAE. Isn't that over that way where the petrodollar was created? Stuart Alderati, they're talking about Caroline Crenshaw. She's the one that tried to vote down the settlement with Ripple, I believe, with the SEC that came out yesterday. I agree. Commissioner Crenshaw is in some ways even more rogue than Gensler. At least Gensler backed down after a court said blocking Bitcoin spot ETFs was arbitrary and capricious. Crenshaw, however, continued to vote no, insisting that the court got it wrong in her dissent. Unelected bureaucrats are not above the law. Okay, we're going to go into DAIXRP.com. That's the Patreon. If you'd rather join through the YouTube, click the join button below any of my YouTube videos. Today, we're going to talk about the 2025 bullish case for XRP. And what does that mean for price? What do I think is going to happen? What do others think is going to happen? I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.